Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figure review on the Mezco Toys 112 Collective Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Holy crap, this packaging is enormous. I didn't expect this to be so big. It measures just under 22 inches across. You are looking at about 14 inches tall right there. And I love this sleeve cover with all this awesome artwork from the original Mirage comics. And then you have the 4 turtles right over there. I already love the designs. That's why I wanted this so badly. I think this is going to be an awesome set. I cannot wait to open it. On the side, you can see it says Nickelodeon, Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then on the back right over here, you can see the enormous smorgasbord of accessories right here to choose from. And then you can see on this side, it says Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then same thing on the top, Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then on the bottom, not much going on, except some more panels. And then you can go ahead and lift up this sleeve right over here. I guess we could do a Mezco plop. There we go, Mezco plop right there. And that looks awesome all on its own. I love how it wraps around right over here. I mean, you could spend all day looking at all the details throughout on this. It's pretty damn sweet, man. I'm excited for this thing. All right, let's get to it and crack this thing open. But first, if you're trying to get your Mezco toys, you can do so.
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Oh, I am gushing over these turtles. This is an amazing box set, just to tell you right out the bat. Dude, this thing is amazing. We'll get to the point of whether or not I think this is worth that much money, but each figure comes with so many accessories. Each figure is very well detailed with the sculpt and the paint applications. We get great articulation with these as well. There is a lot to talk about. If it sounds like I'm rushing through this, it's just because there is so much to look at. First, we're going to start out with the common accessories that they each have, and then we'll get a closer look at the turtles, and then look at their more unique accessories. Each turtle comes with its own base. You get the stand right over there, which is not my favorite, and then they have swappable bandana pieces right here. They each come with a slice of pizza. Mikey and Donatello get this one right here, and it's Raphael and Leo that get this slice right here. So there's actually 2 of these and 2 of these that come in the set. There's 4 of these. You get the communicator, you get the grapple. Each turtle comes with its own clip right over here. And then for Mikey and Donnie, they get this, which looks awesome. And they each get this accessory as well. I like the little nicks right there in the metal, or fake metal. And then Leonardo and Donnie each get these. And this is just a really cool throwing accessory. I really like this a lot. That translucent plastic looks awesome. Of course, you could hold each of these daggers independently if you want to. So each Donnie and Leo will get this. I'm getting a closer look at the pizzas. Oh my goodness, that is so well detailed. So well detailed. Nice crisp at the bottom. Not so much, but still. And then I like how we get some gooiness over here. And they're fairly soft too. The bandanas are actually unique for each figure, which I absolutely love. They're not just the same exact thing. We'll get a closer look at these as we get through the set. But man, I love the paint detail on them. And yes, each turtle comes with its own string that you hook onto the grapple right here. When you pull forward, it will unlock, or it'll swing out like that, and then when you pull down, it'll go in, which is really cool. I do like these a lot. Nice long string over here for them to hold, and the communicator functions as well. This looks great. You just pull this out right here, and then these antennae will pop up. I held it the wrong way, but there you go. And you get some nice little buttons on the inside of it right over there. And here's looking at the back. Each of these bases look awesome. I really like the designs for these. They all look very cool. Nice subtle details on the Raphael one. Stands out a little bit more with the other 3, but I think these look great. I really do like how these came out. I want to put them on display somewhere. But yeah, really nice design. Oh my god, this figure is amazing. Leo is my favorite turtle. I had to start with Leo, and I love the wash over the figure throughout. It adds so much depth. Again, that sculpt is amazing. Now, each of the figures do come with their own G1 head sculpt. As you can see, they went with the same expression that we had seen on the original figure. You get articulation with the bandana over here, and I think that looks great. I really do like it. The sheaths right over here for the katanas look really awesome. You do have to slip those through those hoops right over there yourself. We have some excellent looking gold paint over here. We have some really good looking katanas to go with your Leo as well. I really love how these came out, man. They look sweet. You also get accessories for these. So I haven't really seen this quite done this way before. You can see that little slot right there, and you just pour it through, and I don't have any damage done to the accessory or anything like that. I think this is great. You get 2 of these things, so that is very cool. You also get 2 of these bear claw weapon things. You can see how they're padded on the inside of them. Nice leathery details, nice nicks and gashes on the actual blades right over here themselves, or the claws anyway. And then you also get lots of interchangeable hands, but I'm first going to put these properly inside their sheaths over here. I don't want anything bad to happen to them at all. You also get interchangeable heads, so you have a very stoic Leo right over here, looking very cool. I do like this one. And we also get a very angry Leo, or a pizza-eating Leo, whatever you want him to do. And you get the small bandana right over there, which, of course, you get interchanged with the other heads. And the skin texturing throughout on this, the front shell looks great. I do get a little bit of droopage right over here with the belt. And yeah, while these are amazing, they're not 100% perfect through and through, but man, they impress the hell out of me. You could go ahead and open that up if you want to. I don't want to. You can see that nice little buckle right there. You have these elastic straps for the elbow pads as well as the knee pads, and look at that skin, dude. The texturing from the sculpt, the paint applications. And I love how the green resembles the original figure a bit too. Look at that shell. Nice details right over there, sculpted throughout. The soft goods on this are amazing. Everything on this just looks spectacular. Now, you could say the proportions are weird. You know, the arms do feel a little on the long side, but I mean, come on, dude. They're Ninja Turtles. You know, they're mutants. What do you expect? You can see a little bit of a hint of yellow right there on the fingernails. You get a set of fisted hands with this figure. You also get a set of weapon-holding hands for the other accessories that we talked about. If you get this confused with your Raphael hands, because they are similar in color, keep an eye on the tone of the fingernails. You get more of a beige color on Leonardo. There's more of a greenish tint on the fingernails. For Raphael, you can see you get more weapon-holding hands right over here. The thumb is sticking up on this side. You also get these weapon holding hands as well. These look pretty good. And then you also get these wide open hands too, which again, very, very cool. I love the shadowing on them. Man, these are incredible. And soft too. There is a pliability to these hands that just make them very easy to work with. I need to mention that. Oh yeah, this hand doesn't have the thumb sticking up, so I could just use this hand right over here. And then you wouldn't have a Mezco figure without your soft goods, right? So you get 2 soft good pieces right over here. You get this hooded cape, which looks great because it has this huge cut in the back, and you get a bendy wire that moves along here and on this side and then on the front of it as well, and the hood. So this is very cool, very suede feeling. And then you have this scarf right here, which also has a bendy wire, and you could go ahead and wrap this around Leo's neck while he's got this on, and you only get a bendy wire on the top part, not on the bottom, which is fine. You gotta understand, I do love all 4 of these turtles, but Mikey was my least favorite out of these 4 figures. Now, I do love this G1 head sculpt. It is my favorite of the head sculpts, but it's the only part of this whole set that actually had a paint nick right when I opened it. Now, I did not do this. I own up to it when I damaged my own figures, but it's the tiniest little nick on his nose right over there, and it bugs me sometimes, but right now it's doing okay. It's not so bad. I know, that's like, you could see it better right now, see? Because we have such beautiful paint over here, and it's just like, oh man, bummer. But hey, the teeth look good, gums look really good. I love the attention to detail on this thing. It's just absolutely incredible. You can see the bandana is different right over here. Not the same thing as we'd seen with Leo, right? They have different sculpts. I just love that attention to detail with all 4 of these turtles, man. Looking at the shell, you can see a little bit more shell over here. Looking pretty cool. I do think they share some body parts, though. I think some of the scarring is familiar on these, but yeah, Leo and Mikey look like they do have different front shells. Yeah, so that's not the same exact thing going on. You can see that paint detail, that sculpt. It looks like we're getting 3 different colors of green. They even get the texturing right here in the hinges. I don't like the belt. It does flop down on me a lot, and I did have a little button right over here that fell off, and it is tricky weaving this back in. So if you don't have to take this out, don't. You can store little accessories in there, I'm sure. Like, he comes with these little needles that he could throw at people, which is pretty cool, but I did not store them in there. I guess maybe I should. But man, again, I love this texturing right here on these wrist joints, and it's so hard to figure out where the line is. So you want to find that line so that you know which direction to turn it. There it is, and it's so hard to find. I love that it's super hard to find. And then you can see the hands look really good. He has a set of fisted hands as well. He does have the same number of hands as Leonardo, but look at the inside of these. These are just painted so damn well. I really like these. So you get those. You get these again, you get these again, you get these again. And then looking at the back of the figure over here, I am frustrated with the nunchuck holsters. So I guess you're supposed to be able to squeeze in 2 chucks right in there, or I guess 1 set of nunchucks. But I have not been able to do that. Oopsie, I ended up getting those nunchucks in there. The trick was to weave in from the bottom. So bend the chain in half, right in the middle, and then weave in from the bottom. Ended up working out okay. Did have to use some force on one side, but it does work. And then there's the belt sagging on me again. It just droops down super easy. It's very frustrating, so I'm not a big fan of this belt. The legs look really good once again. Nice details. God, the paint applications on this thing. I hope I'm doing it some kind of justice. I did a modification to the ankle pivot on this due to Jay's Figs. And looking at the bottom of the feet right over here, this looks really good too. Damn, they did such a good job. Now the nunchucks themselves, holy crap, they did something that I've always wanted to see somebody do that I've never seen anybody do before. This was a Ghost Rider customization that I'd done way back in the day with the Ghost Rider change from the Series 3 Marvel Legends figure, and they added a bendy wire in the middle of the frickin' chain. I've only seen customizers do this before. I've never seen a company go all out with this, and wow, man, Mezco, kudos to you for doing this. I am so happy that they did that. That is so sick. You have a true chain right here with real posability. That is freaking awesome. So happy to see that. You also get the interchangeable heads, which I didn't show off. He does have very fun interchangeable heads. Look at that. The super scared Mikey head right there. You also get this fun-loving Mikey head right over here as well. Very, very cool. I love all of them, man. And then, of course, you get the small bandana piece right over there. And you don't only get those 2 nunchucks, you get 4 nunchucks. So you get these twirling pieces right here, which look amazing. I love how they came out. And you just port this on right over there. So that's very cool to have that. I love these accessories. And then you also have the wardrobe. So he has this hoodie right here, which is very cool looking. I do like it. And it's a real functioning zipper and everything. You get a bendy wire right here for the hood part of it. And you also get a Walkman. I showed that while I was already zoomed in. But yeah, putting that together and having him leaning against the wall, very much inspired by Dwayne Shoots Toys, which, oh my god, that guy's photography is amazing. But yeah, look at this detail for these headphones. I really like them. They're very good, and they fit on the head very easily, so that's really nice. Look at the chin, man. The details underneath right over here. His last accessory is this blanket or poncho. You could wrap it around him. You could use this for any of the turtles, but yeah, I'm kind of seeing it as like a Last Ronin transition accessory or something. I wrapped this around the figure too. Looked pretty cool. And then I'm back to being super happy again with this Donatello. This has my favorite skin tone out of the 4 turtles. Now, not always, but for this particular set, oh my goodness, I love this so much. Look at that. Oh, it looks so sick. And again, we get unique bandanas over here on the back too, which is really dope. And they do not have unique shells. Raphael is the only one that has a unique back shell over here. However, the front shells on all 4 of them are different. And then the paint applications, oh man, and even the elbow pads, you get the nice little buttons right over here on this one with the gold, looking really good throughout. I love the skin tone on this guy. Look at that. It looks so realistic, right? Oh, the shading. This is dope, man. I'm really loving this figure. This is one of my favorite ones out of the 4, for sure. Probably my second favorite one. Well, I don't know. It's between the other 3. Mikey's just the weakest, in my opinion, out of the 4 of them, as far as figure goes. And then you even have some different paint detail at the bottom of the feet over here. I just think that's brilliant, man. Love how this came out. And then storing the bow staff, which, by the way, looking at this, it looks really good with the wrap right over here. Beautiful looking wood grain. I like that. You can see some at the end right over there. I love it when they add that detail, or whoever's making them, whenever they add that detail right there. I like that. So you can go ahead and weave this through, and it very easily stays stored on his back. So I do like that. And then you also get some other accessories. So you can go ahead and wrap this around here. Oh, I put it upside down. Putting that on correctly. You can see he's got some goggles so he could science properly. Now there's no fabric over here, but it is a soft enough plastic where it doesn't damage anything, and this looks really good. Little paint thing right here. Something is stuck there. I just noticed that little speck, but I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to damage anything. But other than that, this looks great. I really like these goggles, and they have a green tint to them also. So that's just so sick. So I really like these, and they hinge up and down like that, so that's easy to utilize. And then you also have this gizmo thingy right here, or a computer attached to his forearm, and this is just really badass. I really like this thing a lot. Look at that. So cool. I guess I could shoot things right here. You could also put this so it's his knuckles and everything. It's got gashes sculpted in there and everything. Nice elastic band, easy to work with, grips very well. Really like the silver on this. Again, you can lift this up. Very, very cool. And then you get some effect pieces for the bow staff as well. So you could just go ahead and use this little impact effect piece, and you just port this in right here, and boom. You could have him hit a wall. Well, that's just what I used when I had this. You could hit Shredder in the face with this one right here. That is very cool. Love this translucent plastic. And then you could just port in on this side right there, and that is pretty sweet. How's the paint holding up on the staff? Looking pretty good. I like how long they made the neck on this guy. Of course, he has the interchangeable heads, so he has a serious mean face right over there. And then you can see he's got the happy face right over here. I really like this one a lot too. I like how the nose looks very turtle-like. So sweet. And then he has the least number of hands. He does come with the wide open hand right over here, which you can see look pretty good. God, I love this flesh tone. And then he just comes with two other sets. So you get some more weapon holding hands right there. And then you have these smaller weapon holding hands right over here as well. And you got the thumb sticking out on this side right here. And then this whole Jedi robe is probably my favorite garment out of everything that came with the turtles. First off, you get this little hole in the back so you can get the staff to stick out of there. But second off, you get this little piece that hangs over the front. Very much reminds me of Moon Knight. And it just fits so well on the figure. Now, I port the head through there first and then put the thing together like that. But you can see on the inside of it, you don't have that suede texture, but this is all suede over here, and oh man, it feels really nice. Looks really good too. I love this. And you get the bendy wire, not so much up top over here, but it runs through right here through the front of it. And man, this is just a really badass accessory. I love this piece. And Raphael looks great as well. I really like this head sculpt. I consider this one to be the G1 head sculpt anyway. And the paint applications, and I love that rich forest green color. Very much reminds me of the original figure from way back when. Again, he has the unique shell to compare like Mikey's shell and his drooping belt over here, but they all have this huge gash right there on that top. Is that a scoot? I don't know what you would call that exactly. Yeah, come on, Joey, you know what those are called, like the different shell sections. But yeah, the skin tone just looks fantastic throughout on this thing. I really like it. The paint applications and the detailed different front shells on all of them. You get some nice gold right there for the buckles. You can get him to store his sai very easily. No problems there, and I've posed the figure while these are on here and haven't broken them, which I was kind of expecting to do, but I feel like they put a lot of thought into how this figure is going to move around with these in place right here, so I really appreciate that. I also love the detail on these. I know I'm jumping the gun, but man, the sais look great. Or is it sai, right? Just sai is plural. But man, those look awesome. Really like the wraps right over there. And then, yeah, the details, as far as the paint go, they just blow me away consistently with all of these Turtles figures. You can see he's got a little bit more green in his nails compared to the other figures. So yeah, this is just looking freaking awesome. I guess you could store another weapon right over here on the back. I didn't even think about that. Which I'm sure you could use to store a baton. Yeah, that looks really good. Man, I love all the nicks and everything on the baton. This right over here. So, and none of the other turtles have this, and that's very cool. So you can probably just store the... Oh, no, wait. Nope, it's a pocket. It won't go all the way through. Maybe no. It does come with 3 of these little ninja stars right here. So let's go ahead and store these into this pocket right over here. It's there. Hey, yeah, you can do that. I don't know. It's kind of, but you also get this very cool throwing star effect thing right here, which looks great. I love this. And you just put this in one of his hands and he'll hold it. And it's always kind of tricky with this kind of effect piece. And we'll look at the hands more in just a moment. But he also has the interchangeable heads that I want to look at. So he's got another angry head right over here. Raph has 3 angry heads, and then he's got the screaming for change head right over here. And this is really awesome. I like this one too. Look at those teeth. Gums look great. He's got the small bandana right back there. So yeah, all 3 of these heads. I wish he had a stoic head, but he's got teeth showing on all 3 of them. All 3, he's angry. I mean, if you're going to have one turtle that's angry all the time, well, hey, Raph is your guy. You also get these really cool effect pieces. And as cool as they are, I do need to mention that the instructions show an effect piece right here that we actually don't get with the set. So, and I saw this one right here too. I mean, did I misplace that somehow? I don't remember seeing this swirling effect piece, but the ones that we do have, I really like a lot. So you can go ahead and port the tip of the sai right in here, and he could be, you know, attacking that way. That looks badass. You have this one right here that you could also use. Equally badass. And then you get a ricochet piece where you put the handle in through this way, and then you could have him throwing it like that, or bouncing off a Shredder's head or something if you use sticky tack. But this is very cool. I love this. And he also has these 2 batons, so that's pretty badass as well. I'm just saying badass over and over again, but everything looks so freaking badass. What else am I supposed to say? Then he also comes with the most set of hands. So we saw these hands before, and he comes with 12 interchangeable hands. We've seen these ones. We've also seen these hands. But he has these 4 unique hands right here for holding sai, and I love these. These look really good, and they're great, man. So you could go ahead and port this in like that. So now he's stabbing forward with the sai. Or you can use one of them as a handle butting sai. So you can go ahead and port this in like this, or like this. Yeah, you want it under this thumb, and this finger's over it, and then it's pointing with this one. And yeah, martial artists will use sai like this and, you know, attack into the throat or something, or somewhere vulnerable with this part. I think that's pretty awesome. Or you could use it for the throwing stars. Yeah, it's definitely intended for the throwing stars. Lastly, he has this awesome trench coat, which I absolutely love. It has a bendy wire right here for the belt, so that's cool. It's an actual functioning belt. You got all these buttons everywhere. You have a bendy wire right here in the front of the coat, around the neck even. So this is just very, very badass. Again, so much badassery with this set. Really love this trench coat. Probably my second favorite wardrobe accessory. And then you have the hat right here, and you just port that into the bandana hole over there, and it sits on his head. A little askew, a bit over his eyes, but he doesn't want to make eye contact with you. Not just because he's a New Yorker, but because he just, you know, he's trying to stay unseen. And I'm joking about the New Yorkers. Oh, they will make eye contact with you. Oh, I love New York. I like to make my jokes, but hey, I love you. Alright, so the articulation segment's going to be done with Leonardo over here. I will bust out Michelangelo because I did make a modification to the ankle pivot on him, but it's actually not bad on these figures. You do get a ball joint at the neck and head right here, so you can get the turtles to look up a bit. They do bump into the shell over there, but he'll look up that much. You can get him looking downward pretty far as well. Good head pivoting, and you can turn side to side, of course. No butterfly joints in here, but you can move the shoulders up and above that far, above the 90-degree mark, it looks like to me. They move in all the way. You could rotate a full 360, which I have actually never done before, but there you go. And no weird paint scuffage over here too. I'm very happy to see that. We get a bicep swivel. You have pinless double jointed elbows that bend in all the way. Then you have the wrists that turn side to side and hinge up and down depending on how you have that configured. And then you also get some shell rotation over here, which is pretty sweet. So you can move this shell around a little bit. There is a diaphragm cut inside here, so you can pivot the upper torso a bit, and it can crunch forward a little bit and back. You also have a lower joint over here at the waist, but I'm really just feeling, see how it moves similarly over here. So it's like you get the movement from up top and you get movement from below. So just all together, he'll only crunch forward the tiniest bit and back. And you do get rotation, so that's cool that you get that cut right over here. And then the hips move outward very far. You can get them kicking forward quite a bit and back a bit, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and then the ankles do move down. They do not really move up that much, which is frustrating, and that's one reason why I wanted to modify mine. You can rotate the ankles side to side, and you do get fairly good ankle pivot right there. So to bring out Mikey and his saggy belt, you can see that with these modified ankles, because this is my least favorite one, I modified this one, I can get the ankles to move down more, and I can get them to move up a bit. And the ankle pivot is deeper in there compared to Leonardo, but it's not drastically different. You know, it is just a little bit better as far as that inner ankle pivot. What really helps the most is being able to move the ankles up. Oh man, seeing all four of these turtles standing side by side like this just looks so awesome. And yes, they've reused parts like crazy between the four of them, but still they look so uniquely different. Even with Donnie and Leo having the same front shell over there, they're painted very differently, and I just like that their height is just slightly different when it comes to Donatello anyway. You can see Raphael and the rest of the turtles are standing just a little under 5.5 inches, right? About the 5.5 inch mark. Looks like Leo is just slightly taller, probably just the way I have him posed, but yeah, Donatello for sure is the tallest one, well, around 5.5 inches as well, but just slightly taller than the other figures. I have the NECA turtles right here, which is amazing that these had been sold for retail price because they are comparable to this very expensive Leo. We have the 1990 movie version, we have the first Mirage version, and we have the latest Mirage version right over there. It feels like this figure is like a combination of these two put together. I know Mezco has their own designs. I wonder if they're inspired by a particular comic artist or if they just did their own thing. More likely just their own thing, which I love. I think this thing is absolutely amazing. Then here's the Mezco Leonardo next to some other Leonardos at the higher price point. We have the Revoltech Leonardo from the 2012 cartoon. We have the classic cartoon SH Figuarts Leonardo, and then we have the Super 7 second version of the Ultimates Leo over here. I think this is the cheapest one out of these four. This one is not my favorite, but I love the articulation on it, and having a die-cast Leonardo is quite awesome. It's actually the easiest to articulate compared to all the other Leonardo figures that I have that I think are really awesome. And then I love the Revoltech version. Articulating Revoltech figures is a pain in the butt, but I would say outside of NECA, Mezco and Revoltech have given us the next best turtles. I think this might be my favorite Ninja Turtle in my collection. I absolutely love this 4-pack. And I do know that Mezco also released a cartoon version, and they have their 5 points version, which I'm not going to get. I'm not going to get their cartoon version either, but man, I'm happy to have this right here. It looks way better than that other set. And no Leonardo party, because just on his own, Leonardo doesn't party, huh? If it was just a Mikey comparison all the way through, then that's different. But anyway, you can see Leo next to the Mirage Comics Shredder, and then we have the cartoon Foot Soldier over there. I think these figures work with pretty much any display you want. That they look good right here, but I do think they especially look better with the Mirage style. And then here's Leonardo next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the 3-pack Daredevil utilizing the Renew Your Vows body mold. I would like to do some stop motion with just these turtles over here, even though it's a little bit scary with the soft goods, but still, oh man, I bet those animate wonderfully. Has DGDX Animation done one on these? I don't know. He should if he hasn't. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, why don't you? And go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not already. I certainly do appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching. And thank you for the viewers that went the extra step to support this content via Patreon and channel membership. If you're interested, check down below. This set is freaking amazing. I have had so much fun with it, and I feel like I could take a million more pictures. I spent a lot of time on this review. I had so much fun doing it. I think around 15 hours, and I took around 200 something pictures, like a lot of photos and a lot of fun with this piece. If you're able to get it for a decent price, I highly recommend it. I'm not really interested in getting the cartoon version, but if you can't afford the aftermarket upgrade price, or the, $800 is where it's at now, which, holy crap, that is amazing. But this set is truly amazing. I mean, the latest, cartoon version doesn't even have as many accessories as this set does. And that one's gone up in the aftermarket as well. So these turtles are not cheap by any means. They're about $200 a piece, which I thought $100 a piece is kind of a lot, but not really, because you're getting so much with each turtle that I do feel like they are definitely worth the original price point. However, God, $200 a turtle, man, that's a tough one. If you can afford it, if it means that much to you, then yeah, I recommend it. You're gonna be happy, because I am very, very happy with this set. Around $400 for me, and I know it's around $800 for others, but I'm just gonna say around $400. I'm giving this set a SUD rating of. And it is absolutely stellar. I mean, just the ankles not moving up as much as I want them to is my biggest gripe, aside from the belt falling off Mikey. I mean, dude, that's such a minor gripe to have for how much stuff is going on here, There's so much room for error and very little to complain about. I'm just so happy with this set. I am floored by it. I absolutely love it. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to find me on social media, don't forget to check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.